Hello and welcome to Spring Quarter Biology 170, Human Anatomy and Physiology Online. I want to introduce you to a few of the features of this course to make sure that you're oriented to it as we get started. First of all, the calendar. When you look at the calendar, you will see due dates for your assignments. Sometimes you will see an assigned date as well. So in this case, on Monday, first day of class, an introduction discussion board assignment is due, and there is a course contract that you must finish and drop in the Dropbox. It is really important that you do those by midnight on Monday, the first day, because this class is massively overloaded, and so I will need to drop anyone who has not attended by midnight on Monday. So please make sure you get that done. You'll see for the month of April, there are frequently assignments due on Friday. I have put the due date for the exam each week on Monday. In fact, the test is always open from noon on Sunday to noon on Monday and must be completed during those times. Do not try to access the test any other time. Also, when you go into the test, it's a one-time access test that is timed. So you need to be in a place where you won't be disturbed for 40 minutes and log in and plan to take and finish the test in that 140-minute time slot. Okay, so lessons are arranged. This is actually my view. What you will see are just these grade boxes. So there is an instructor's forum. This is a discussion board where you can post any questions that you have for me or someone else in the class to answer that are sort of procedural. What's going on? What is it about this assignment? Now, I have to be honest, the fastest way for you to get a response is to email me. I try to check the instructor forum every day, but I don't always succeed at that. I will always answer my emails, sometimes within a few minutes, for sure within 24 hours. Okay, so if we look at a typical week in here, the first thing you want to do is go to the week at a glance. The week at a glance will always tell you for that week what is due, what needs to be completed, what tests that you have. You might even want to print this out and check them off every week to make sure that you're getting everything done. Now, each chapter in the textbook has a folder. In this particular case, we are looking at Chapter 1. And Chapter 1 actually has 4 lessons that have been put together on Chapter 1. So if I open one of these lessons, it takes a little bit of time, but they're all set up such that you have a set of objectives at the beginning of the lesson. That set of objectives frequently has words that are hyperlinked. This one, of course, doesn't. I just opened it at random. But sometimes you can click on a word and it's a link that takes you somewhere, or if you hover over the word, it will define the word for you. These goals at the beginning of every lesson are what the tests are based on, and you are responsible for being able to answer all of these goals on the test. The final exam is comprehensive and will cover these sets of goals. In this case, it looks like that's on Chapter 1. The second one has some directional terms, maps, and then it's got a lecture. So you will listen to the lecture. It's either me or another instructor explaining a set of PowerPoint slides. These are all about 7 to 10 minutes. And then on all of these, there are activities. And these activities are graded activities. 15% of your grade in the course will come from doing these activities. It actually turns out that you can do these activities as many times as you want. So you should be able to get 100% of all of these. Just make sure you always go to the last page of the assignment to do the activities. In addition, there will be other assignments. For example, in week 1, your other assignment is this fluoride assignment. So there's a folder there. There's a PDF of an article about fluoride. You'll read it, and then you're going to answer a set of questions about it. You can actually go in, print out these questions, and have them in front of you as you read the article. This is really, it's like an assessment, but it's really just as you're reading, find the answer to this question, and then you can just turn it in here on the assessment folder. So sometimes the assignments are like that. Sometimes the assignments are discussion boards. So in week 2, you will have a discussion board. Most discussion boards, you'll notice if you look at week 2 on the calendar, it says assigned DNA and privacy. What that means is that your first post in the discussion board is due on this day. And for all the discussion boards, they're set up such that the first post is due on Wednesday. Everybody will post their first post, and then by Saturday night, you need to have responded to 2 other people's posts. Okay, so all of the discussion boards have 2 due dates, really. It says assigned, but this is the date that your initial post is due, and this is the date that your responses are due. Okay, starting in week 4, there are assignments using your interactive physiology disc. I highly recommend that you go into your interactive physiology disc and make sure that it works. Occasionally students have had trouble with their discs. You need to go in now, initially at the very beginning of the quarter, and make sure yours works so that you have enough time to solve the problem and get a new disc with the publisher before the first assignment is due. These interactive assignments will be almost every week after week 4, and they're worth a lot of points. So please make sure your disc works. All right. So other than that, you can see the syllabus here. So the course syllabus, it's very important that you read that syllabus. It's got things on points on all of the assignments and how they're worded. If you have a procedural question, make sure you scan through the syllabus and see if you can answer it that way. The Communicate tab, I will post announcements when things change. You also can email the class here. In the Report tab is where you can look up, and your reports don't look exactly like this. I think when you go into your reports, you can run a grade report, and that will actually show you your current grades. So I will try to keep the grades pretty current so you can go in at any time and see what percentage you have in the course. Please let me know right away if you have any problems, if you have any challenges, if things aren't working for you. Email me, let me know. Let's not let the quarter go on too long without you getting your question answered or your problem solved.